Are you having a great... Well, it's about to get a whole lot better. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce one of our favorite voice actors, and you know that she has been doing things from Teen Titans to Rugrats, Fairly Oddparents, so many things. I looked her up on IMDb this morning, 353, and I'm sure that's not even scratching the surface. Everybody, give a big welcome to Tara Strong.
Now you're all on my vine. Hi guys, I love you too. Well, while I'm here, you might as well start singing it for me. Yeah!
Well, Tara, thank you very much for attending our con.
Thank you for having me.
How's it going so far?
Pretty good.
Good, good, good. Any interesting stories so far?
Lunch was good.
Yes! Thank you. That's it, everybody. Lunch is finished. Oh, okay. So, obviously, you have a huge, huge list of voices. Before we get started with any of the questions from the audience, give us some background. Tell us how you got into the business and how things started from there.
Well.
Please, because I'm really interested.
Okay. You know, I always did funny voices when I was a little girl, and I knew when I was 5 years old that I wanted to be an actress and a singer and a dancer and perform. And I actually didn't know that voiceover was a career. I certainly liked watching cartoons. I liked the Flintstones and Wait Till Your Father Gets Home and the Jetsons and stuff like that. And my first audition for a cartoon series was Hello Kitty when I was 13, and I booked it. And I can still do the voice if y'all want to hear it.
Hello Kitty's Fairy Tale Theater is proud to present The Wizard of Paws.
So, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Yep, that's where it all started.
What role are you most known for at this point? Or do you, and what role, also this is the second part, are you surprised that people come up to you and say, oh, I loved this character, and you're just like, wow.
What's your guys' favorite part that I do?
I don't know. I heard an awful lot. What? Oh, I know that one. Yes, and that's my favorite too.
Well, okay, I love all the characters I do. I've just been so lucky with what I've booked. And my favorite job to book was Melody in The Little Mermaid 2, because I don't know what little girl didn't want to be the Little Mermaid, but I was fangirling out when I met Jodie, and to sing in the studio with her was really surreal. Like, I burst into tears when I met her. She was like, honey, are you okay? And I've just loved her forever. So, and I love doing Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls. And of course, I love doing Raven because it's easy and fun and
Cool, I have a lot of fun when I do Fairly Oddparents.
And I guess the biggest surprise, of course, is Dear Princess Celestia, holy fan base. Yeah, those pony fans
I'm
are
not
pretty
familiar with who that
amazing.
is.
No?
No.
You better not say that, because they're also my army, and I'm sure I've got some army bronies. They'll come get you if I tell them to.
Sorry. I admit that I know who that is. Yeah. Speaking of Raven, I just got the Injustice game, and I was actually surprised that Raven sounds totally different in that your decision, their decision, because I love Raven.
Yeah, I
from
actually
Teen
didn't
Titans.
know they were going to alter the voice at all, so I guess it was a creative decision way above my head. personally, I wouldn't have because I love the way Raven sounds. But it's still an amazing game, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it as Harley Quinn, too. So I love that game. People are surprised that it's me because they did something funky to it, but that was not me. I didn't make that choice to do that.
Let's see. You've got some live action along with your voiceover roles. How much do you enjoy doing live action over voice, or do you prefer voice over that?
Well, there's a lot of advantages to doing voiceover because you don't have to wait for hair and makeup and lighting, and it doesn't matter what you look like, although the day you look really bad, Access Hollywood's there to take pictures. So you kind of always have to be on your game, but it's just really fun, and it's less catty because it's not about what you look like, it's what you bring with your talent, and I'm amazed every day. I mean, even from when I first moved to LA and I booked Batgirl and I'm sitting in the room with Mark Hamill and Kevin and like, what? And surrounded by insanely talented people. So I love voiceover for that reason, that it's really a craft and it's amazing to watch. And on camera is a lot of fun too, and because I don't do it as much now, it's like a fun treat for me. Every time I go on set at Big Time Rush, the boys are always very nice to me. So I have a lot of fun on that show. It's just fun. It's all fun. There's not really anything I do that I'm like, oh, I have to do that today. Like, I'm pretty lucky, so.
Very cool. Also, video games.
Yes.
Again, how different is that process from a regular, say, voiceover? Is it very
So
different?
video games, typically we work alone because sometimes we'll have thousands of lines. So to put another actor in the room and wait for everyone to get it right, or sometimes there's already animation done that we have to match to. So that can take a long time. So it doesn't really make sense to have the other actors with you. So because of that, voicing a video game can actually be much more challenging because they have you for a 4-hour session, and sometimes at the end of that session, you're very tired, particularly when you have to do 80 death sounds. That can be hard. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to demonstrate that now, so don't ask me.
What? All right. I think. Well, could you walk us through the process real fast of how you find the character, and also how you maintain that character when you are working on multiple projects?
So when you first have an audition for an animated role, they'll give you a drawing of the character, and sometimes they'll have a description of the show in general, where you're living, like what planet it's on, what it looks like, what the people are like, whether it's really cartoony or really realistic. And then you sort of, as the voice actor, have to imagine in your head what the directors and creators and artists would want that character to sound like, and then you play around with it. And then when you get in the studio, you have to be prepared to be like their silly putty. If they say, we want her a little bit older or younger, we want her, have braces, or let's try her from England, or whatever it is, and you have to kind of be able to play along and give them whatever they want. And then once the character is set, for me personally, once I create a character, they live up here somewhere, and they just kind of come out when it's their turn. Can't really explain it, but I don't mix them up. And like sometimes someone will say, oh, can you do Timmy Turner on this show? And I'm like, no, because Timmy already lives with Cosmo and Wanda, so like it's an entity in my head already. So when I have to bring it out, they just sort of come out and play.
All right. Would you like to take some questions from the
Yes,
audience?
I love questions.
All right. There is a microphone set up over there. Oh, wait. I see you pointing in that direction. There's a gentleman over there with his hands up. Come on. And he's got the microphone.
All right, you guys can stand back a little bit. Please move a little bit back.
And
Everybody's
he's going
running.
to
Run,
help.
Run.
All right. All right. No running.
I'm trying to vine you guys. Weird coverage in here.
Yeah, this is very true, right? Okay. Are you ready?
Hi, Tara.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
Hi, Amanda.
I wanted to, first of all, thank you for doing such a great job with Raven in the original Teen Titans series.
Thank you.
And I was wondering what it was like for you to be with the rest of the gang and recording Teen Titans Go now.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you follow me on Twitter, you know that we're having probably too much fun.
Oh, yeah.
People are like, hey, is that guy on your Fondle Friday your husband? I'm like,
No, it's not my husband. Luckily, my husband's not on Twitter.
you know, we were all so bummed when the show ended, and I don't think I've ever received the kind of fan mail that we received when that show ended, begging for more episodes, and we were all right there with everyone. So when it finally got another pickup, at first we were nervous because it wasn't a continuation, and I was like, wait, what happened with Trigon and Slade? And I wanted to know what was going on. And then pretty much right away, we were all like, okay, this is funny. And we had so much fun just getting in the studio together, and we genuinely all love each other so much. I don't know that I've worked on a show that really genuinely we all love each other, and that's, I think, what's translating in the silliness now and it coming together, and we love it so much. We're so happy to be there, and that's probably why it's translating that way. And if you guys keep watching, it keeps getting crazier and funnier and wackier, and even if you don't want to like it, you'll like it because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, I was wary at first, but
Me
it's
too.
great. So thank you
you
so much.
Thanks.
How do you feel about all the fan art and the fan series such as Friendship is Witchcraft and all the fanfics and all those types of things that involve your character?
Well, the
Twilight
internet
Sparkle.
is a little bit scary sometimes. I like the funny things, but where people are eating me and or doing funny things to me, not so much.
But I do like that the show's inspired so much artwork. It's pretty extraordinary. The fandom that's My Little Pony fans are the most creative fans I've ever seen. And yeah, and the artwork and the stories, and I mean, people have brought me books that they've written. It's incredible that's inspired that in people. So I don't read all of it because there's a lot, but I'm definitely very grateful that people are responding that way.
Do you like Friendship is Witchcraft?
I don't know that one.
You don't?
No. Is it
Awesome.
good or bad?
I really like it. I
Is
would
it
recommend
child
it.
friendly or not?
My sisters watch it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're 12. They've been watching it since they're 11.
All right, I'll check it out.
Okay, it's awesome.
Get back to you
Thank
next
you.
time this
Huge
year,
fan.
same place, same time. Okay. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, my best friend wants you to say from the internet in Timmy Turner's voice, like when you were asked, where'd you get this?
Internet?
Thank you so much.
I love you too.
Hi, my name's Malcolm, and I'm a big fan of DC Comics, and I love your interpretation of Raven and Harley Quinn. And I was wondering, you were did the voice of Harley Quinn in the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City video games and the Injustice game.
Not
Who do
Arkham Asylum.
Oh,
No.
that's right. So who do you think did the better voice? So you worked across the voice actors, Mark Hamill and others who did the Joker. Who do you think did the best Joker voice?
Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
I mean, by the way, I've known a few and I love them all, and I really do. But there's something very magical and authentic about Mark Hamill, and when he gets into the studio, like, I feel so blessed to have been in the series, because like I said, for games, you don't necessarily work together, but in the series, I was right beside him, watching him get on that mic, and like, his laugh and he's just an extraordinary, like, creature to watch. So I gotta give it up for Mark. I got it.
All right, thank you.
Hello, Tara.
Hello, darling. It's nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you too.
Thank you.
I
Are
was
we having a
wondering-
love affair?
Just a little bit.
Okay, just checking.
I was just wondering if you could tell us a bit about your experience working on the documentary last year, specifically your favorite part, because I remember my favorite part.
I bet it's the same. Brony lunch, or
Yes.
military brony lunch, sorry.
That would be it.
Yeah, that was my favorite part because initially I was told there was going to be like, I don't know, a handful of Army bronies for this lunch and that I would surprise them with slap bracelets. And then you were there with, what, 70 of your friends? All these cool, buff, hot army brony dudes. And I was like, what? And it was so much fun slapping them all. In case all you don't know, I give them slap bracelets because they're awesome. Yeah. But I really love doing the documentary because so many people say to me, well, that's weird, grown men like the ponies. I'm like, it's not weird. And they're all awesome and sweet and giving, and they give so much to charity. We've raised over $100,000 for, Kiki and some of my other charities of kids that really need help. And some of them wouldn't be here without you guys. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And I think we just wanted to put a perspective out there that just because you don't like the show or you don't understand why they do, doesn't mean they're weird. They're great, and let everybody like what they're gonna like, and don't be judgmental, and that's what I like. Yeah.
Hey, I have a question. Who do you think would win in a three-person fight? Raven, Harley Quinn, or Bubbles?
Well, it's going to be Bubbles because she's hardcore.
That is right.
Hello, my name's
Hello.
Oscar Mitchell Jr. I had a question about Equestria Girls.
That I probably can't answer. Yes?
Well, was it like a different approach to your character in the movie, even though I haven't seen it?
No.
Like, so it was like the same approach you would
Yes.
to any episode, but
Yes.
so did you still like I don't know, voice acted in L.A. while they're all in Vancouver?
They're all in Vancouver, and I'm in LA.
So you guys didn't take this as an opportunity to I don't know, come together for?
No, I've gone up there with the girls, and it's tremendously fun, and they're all fantastic. It's just that, I'm very busy in LA, so it's hard to go back and forth. On top of my work, I have 8 and 11-year-old boys who, my 8-year-old's still like, Mommy, I cried myself to sleep when you left. So I actually brought them to Arizona, so I'm psyched. So, yeah, it's hard. I mean, I'm really hands-on mama, so I'm not like, yay, I get to take off and miss my kids. I'm not like that, so it'd be too much for me to go back and forth. But they're really great girls, and they're all super talented, and it would be fun to do more together. Maybe I'll just move them all to LA. That'd be fun.
Oh, that'd be nice. Guess
Walk away slowly.
I'll turn this way.
Hello, Tara.
Hello.
I've followed your progress on your work since the mid-90s and looking forward to the upcoming documentary of I Know That Voice very soon if it gets announced. I was wondering, did you ever had a favorite cartoon and video game role you enjoyed working on the most?
Well, like I said, my favorite thing I ever did was The Mermaid, but since then I've just been so lucky. Like, I love doing Batgirl. I love doing Powerpuff Girls, Fairly Oddparents, Teen Titans, My Little Pony. Like, they're all so, I don't know what horseshoe I'm sitting on, but I'm so lucky. I can't really pick a favorite. It's like picking a favorite kid.
Can't do that. Not allowed to do that.
And the video game role?
What?
And a video game role?
In the video game world, it would probably be a tie between Harley and Riku. Yeah. I mean, because Riku's such a fun character, but Harley's such a psychopath, so...
Definitely is.
It's probably both of my yin and yang in my own head, so it's kind of fun.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for your time, madam.
Thank you.
Hello, Tara.
Hello.
I have a Poof doll with me right now.
I see that.
What is your favorite song you ever done with Fairly Oddparents? Mine personally is the one you did with the summer special, the one we did with Buddha Bob. I meant Flappy Bob. I'm too nervous right now because there's a lot of people around. But mine
I
is
wished every day could be Christmas. Jeepers, how foolish I was.
I like that one.
Thank you.
That's
And
good.
also, I like you as Poof when you do. Thank you.
Hello, Tara.
Hello.
Were you expecting all of us?
Yes?
But that's impossible. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Where are my army brownies at, just in case? Okay, thanks. Go,
Okay, fine.
continue.
You did expect this. All right, in all seriousness, though, thanks for coming here. You're freaking awesome.
Thank you.
All right, I want to talk about your Harley Quinn work, because you did a great job, as the one guy said, in Arkham City and Injustice. Are we going to be seeing your Harley Quinn anytime soon in maybe like shows or perhaps a DC animated movie at all?
I cannot answer that question.
All right, can you answer? How about this? How about this then? I know you've met Kevin Conroy. Does he always sound that badass?
Say that again.
Does Kevin Conroy always sound like the Batman? Can you answer that?
He definitely lowers and slows his pitch just a little, but his regular voice does sound enough like that you'd hear it if he was walking somewhere and you heard him. He definitely sounds like Batman by nature a lot.
Cool. All right, your turn.
Hey, Tara?
Yes?
Has there been any big difference between voice acting for the old Teen Titans versus Teen Titans Go?
Well, I will say that Raven's a little bored in this particular episode because she's got nothing much to do. She's not fighting crime. The director looks at me like, because a lot of mine's like, whatever. She's like, wow, Tara, you're working really hard on this show. But it's still the same characters. They're just in easier situations.
Thank you.
All right. If you had one rule-free wish, what would it be?
I wish for a million more wishes, duh!
Good answer. It is. All right, thanks.
All right, thanks.
Hi, Tara.
Hello.
So my friend Olivia here, you are her absolute hero. She loves you so much.
Thank
and
you.
she actually drew a picture for you, so I wanted to see if she could go up and give you her
Okay,
picture.
bring it to me. It better be good or I'm gonna make fun of you in front of everybody.
Thank you, Tara.
I'm just as tough as Blossom and Buttercup. I'm hardcore. Thank you. I love you too.
Hi.
Hi.
I was
Come here
wondering-
often, or?
What? I was wondering, what's it like being the voice of people's childhoods?
The lady that was helping me today is like, I'm going to put a nickel in a jar every time I hear that. You're my childhood. You know what? I think we're so lucky, this generation, because prior to the internet or Twitter or Facebook, I think that voiceover actors didn't know that people loved them or were happy that, they were around. So I'm actually so grateful to all of you guys for giving back the love so that I know the stuff that I'm doing is appreciated. And every time someone says, you were my childhood or you got me through a hard time, it really warms my heart. So don't stop doing that, you guys, because I love it. I love you guys saying it, and I love having been there for you in any way that I could have.
I actually have a second question, too, if that's all right.
You know what? You were interrupting the applause, so go ahead. Okay. Just kidding. Okay, go.
What's your opinion on your role of Harley Quinn? How well do you think you did with it compared to Arlene's?
How well do I think I did? Well, I will admit that I was extremely nervous because I used to do Batgirl beside her being Harley, and I think she's an extraordinary talent, and the character was created for her. So it's a huge honor and very big shoes to fill. And when I first came in, I was doing an exact impression, and they said, we don't want that. We want it to be your version. And then I thought, I don't want to disappoint the fans that are looking forward to hearing her. So the happy medium kind of came out, and I was just honestly praying that people would like it. And she's been very gracious to me, too. So I hope I did a good job, but I'm sure there'll never be her because she's who created it. I just hope my version is liked.
Okay, thank you very much.
Fix this. I was wondering, how do you feel about Drawn Together, and what was it like working on it?
I miss Drawn Together so much. I mean, Mostly I do children's shows, and I know there's children in the audience, so I'm not going to repeat some of my lines, but to get in the booth and say them was very fun. And to sing these amazing songs. I remember the first time Black Chick's Tongue recording, I played it for my mom over the phone in Toronto, and she started to cry. And I was like, oh, are you okay? She's like, it's so beautiful. And I'm like, are you listening to the words, Mom? She's like, yeah, but I had so much fun doing that show, and I would literally kill someone here to do that show again, so I love that show.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Toot tooty toot.
Do that for you.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you, Pinky?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good.
Okay, so
Yay.
making a recording for my friend who really wanted to be here, so yeah. I was wondering, what's your favorite thing to say as Twilight?
My favorite thing to say is Twilight. I haven't thought of that. Probably my favorite thing to have said was tardy! I like yelling at Spike.
No, a bunch of kids who can imitate that perfectly. It's hilarious. They like practice doing your voice to yell at Spike.
Don't ever introduce them to me, ever, ever.
Just kidding. They can keep doing it. It's okay.
Okay. They're like 4. It's hilarious. They're like.
It's hilarious till they get to be 13 and try to steal my job next.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. And we're breathing.
Sorry.
It's okay.
For Teen Titans Go, was it you or the staff that made the pretty Pegasus?
Wasn't that funny? Oh my God.
It was.
They know about the bronies, okay? They're not stupid. It was not my idea, but I can tell you that they totally did that on purpose. The only part that I kind of had an idea was in Mad, when there was like an episode where like there was a cake, and originally it said birthday or something, and I'm like, can you put bronies on the cake or something like that? Like that, on Mad, he'll take my influence a lot, but Titans, they were just, that wasn't me. They were just being very smart.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Hello.
Hello.
I wanted to ask, stage fright. I wanted to ask, how was it working with the other characters on My Little Pony, like Tabitha or Ashley?
Well, I've known Tabitha since I was 13. I did a lot of series with her in Toronto. And Marika, who was in the episode that I did, I've known since high school. Marika and myself and Nev Campbell all went to a school for the arts together in Toronto. And I hadn't seen her since I moved to LA in '94, so that was really fun. It was just fun. I miss those girls. It'd be nice to work with them more. It was a good time.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Tara.
Hi.
I gotta say, I'm a huge fan of Powerpuff Girls, Teen Titans, and a huge fan of My Little Pony.
Thank you. Seems like you're not the only one here. It's weird.
My question was, what's your opinion on Twilight Sparkle becoming a princess?
Well, my opinion is that she is the same. So I'm not changing my performance. There's nothing changed about who she is. So it's just sort of more new adventures for her now that she has wings and learning how to use them and her regular adorable self. So I'd say that I couldn't judge her on how she's looked because that's not what we do. So she looks a little different, but she's still Twily.
Okay. Thank you.
Which was your most difficult character to voice? And if you could dress up as any character you've ever done, which would you dress up as?
Well, I already did my first cosplay as Twilight Sparkle, which was insanely fun because I surprised the crowd. That was really fun. They had no idea at first it was me. I'd probably like to do Harley at some point. That would be fun.
To dress up?
And the hardest voice I did was probably Terrence from Foster's Home.
Why?
Blueface, you're such a loser. Like it was all really like raspy. You're an idiot.
Thank you. Thank
To
you.
do that too long can be challenging.
Hello.
Hello.
I had I had two questions lined up just in case someone stole my idea, but they didn't, so I'm gonna ask you the deeper one.
Okay.
Aside from the bronies, because obviously they're an awesome fan group, if you could have any other fandom at your beck and call along with the bronies, which one would it be and why?
Well, I have to say that the bronies are including. I have lots of bronies that bring me Powerpuff Girls CDs to sign, and so there are people that like, the bronies like other shows that I do too. I'm trying to think if another fandom was as vocal as the bronies. It'd be nice if there's a new Powerpuff Girls coming out. So if that does really well, it could inspire a new series. So maybe we'll have a bunch of puffies or something like that. I don't know.
Thank you for saying that, because that reminded me what the second question was now. What is your favorite persona to use when trolling telemarketers?
Oh. I usually do a little kid voice, and my kids laugh so hard. They'll call and I'll go,
Hello?
Yep.
Hello,
I saw you do
I'm
that
here
one,
for...
like.
Yeah, lollipop. What's your name? What's your name?
Hello! And they're like, hi, is your mom there? Like, I just keep going.
How long does it take for them to catch on?
I'll go for a while, and then I'll go, bye-bye! And I'll just hang up. My kid's like... And now my kids started doing it, which maybe isn't the best thing to teach them. But my little one will pick up the phone and go, hello, pizza! Like, kind of fun.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the con.
Thank you.
Hi, Tara. My name's Tara also.
Nice, I like it.
I was wondering what was your favorite character, because I know you did a lot of voices on Kim Possible.
Well, it would have to be Tara, right?
Yeah, did they design the character after you?
Yes, I'm aware.
Awesome, thank you.
They actually told me that at a session. They said, we created her for you. She's a cheerleader named Tara. I'm
Awesome.
like, awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, Tara.
Hi.
So I was wondering, because there are so many people who like your work, I want to know if there's any particular voice actor that you like for their work.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm always amazed by Frank Welker. Because I don't know any other voice actors that can actually legitimately sound like animals, and he does. Like, he actually sounds like an animal, not a cartoon version of an animal. And whenever someone asks for an animal in a studio, someone will say, well, Frank Welker's not here. Like, he's like the legend at doing really, realistic animal sounds. I'm also completely blown away by Maurice LaMarche, Billy West, Rob Paulson. Some of the newbies are like Eric Bauza blows my mind. I mean, he can copy like anything. It's honestly every day that I'm like, wow, where'd that come from? I love Kevin Michael Richardson. Everything he does makes me laugh. When he does Flipsy on Fairly Oddparents, he's just amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dark Laser. Sorry, yeah. When he's talking to Flipsy, I mean.
Thank you.
I can't get anything wrong because you guys always save me, so it's good. Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Twilight.
Hi.
I'm Derpy.
Hi, Derpy.
I was just wondering, what's your favorite muffin?
This is a trick question, isn't it?
No, I really want to know. I mean, maybe someday I'm making muffins or something.
But you're not going to, put me in it, right?
No, I'm not
I know about
Pinkie.
that one, okay? That one I know
I'm not
about.
Pinkie Pie. That's her job. I don't like eating other ponies. It
Okay,
makes me
good.
sad.
I guess if I really didn't care about the calories, I'd grab a chocolate muffin.
That sounds yummy.
Yeah.
I like all muffins.
That's
Thank
nice,
you.
Derpy. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm just curious, you spend so much time in the booth. How much chance do you get to really sit and watch? And what is your reaction to actually watching your work?
Well, the nice thing, of course, is I have two kids that watch a ton of my shows, and it's fun to watch them pick out my voices. Like right now, they're obsessed with Family Guy. Great mom, right? Because my little one's 8, but they'll be like, Mom, that's you, the girl with the cookie, or the girl on the playground. Like they like picking me out as opposed to shows that they already know that I do. So it's kind of fun to hear them say, Mom, that's you, or they they pick me out. They do the same thing on Mad TV, so that's really fun for me. And I like to watch. You're right, I don't have a tremendous amount of time to watch, but when I can, I certainly like to watch it. They're fun.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hello.
Hi.
I was just curious. Who or what was your major inspiration for voice acting to begin with?
Well, like I said, I didn't really know that I was going to get into voice acting. I just knew that I wanted to perform. So I sort of fell into it. The only people I know that really wanted to do cartoons, like at birth, were Tom Kenny, who's SpongeBob, and Dee Baker, who you may not know, but he's on every show. And talk about someone that blows my mind. His and his like alien noises are crazy. So those are the only two that I really knew wanted to be voice actors. I think my inspiration was just to be a good actress, and still is. So every time I get a new role, like I try to think, I want to be the best of that version that I can be, and then hope that the audience responds to it.
Sweet. Thank you very much. Raven for the win.
Hey, Tara.
Hi.
Another person I'm a big fan of, like the work that they do along with you, is Kevin Smith. And I want to know, how was it doing Jay and Silent Bob's super groovy cartoon movie? Because not a whole lot of people talk about.
Anyone seen that yet?
There's no Arizona date yet, so
I'll
they
tell
haven't
them
come by yet.
Okay, so Kevin is, oh my God. I'm a huge fan of his. And when he asked me to come do his, first of all, I worked on Clerks.
The animated series.
Yeah, years ago. And then it was really cool to meet him then. And he just had a baby named Harley. And then, recently he asked me to do his podcast. And honestly, blew my mind. I don't know if you all heard it, but he's like an encyclopedia. Like, he knows everything. He's like, Tara, do you know that you've banked more hours on television than any other girl doing Batgirl? I'm like, no, I didn't, Kevin. How did you know that? And he knew every character and everything, and his history and knowledge is mind-blowing. He's just such a smart guy, and he's such a nice guy. And then he just emailed me, hey, you want to be in my movie? Yes? And then when I saw the character, that was pretty fun. And because there are children here, I'm not going to repeat what I had to say. But I will say that it was insanely fun. And then I actually got them involved with the Injustice battles. Did you guys see the Injustice battles?
Battle Arena.
So, and they had so much fun doing that then actually Warner Brothers asked them to direct a commercial for the show. I don't know if you saw that, for the game, I should say. So it's kind of been this nice full circle, and I really, really like both of them, and they're just amazing, nice people, and I hope it comes here. I will tell them to bring it to Arizona.
I'm tweeting at Kevin Smith, telling him to make sure it comes here to Arizona.
Yes,
so
I will.
hopefully,
I will put in a good word for Arizona.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tara, you're really good with the voices.
Thank you.
Has there ever been a role that your normal voice was the right voice to use?
Don't really know what my normal voice is anymore. Lost that a long time ago. I'd say the closest thing would be Batgirl, because I'm not doing a voice on that show. And right from the start, they said they wanted it really realistic. And often you book a job and they say they want it realistic, and then it pushes somewhere to cartoon land. But that's one that was really sustained as always cool and always Batgirl. And since I'm always cool, I think vocally I sound naturally most like Batgirl.
Does it ever happen like a voice you're using sort of leaks into your normal voice as time goes by?
First of all, I do wacky voices all the time.
Yes.
I mean, and I feel bad for my British friends because suddenly I'm British around them.
Yes.
And I'm a sister around Cree Summer. Like, if someone has an accent, I'm like a sponge. I can't help it. And it'll be all day that I'll be like doing a cuckoo voice. And I like, embarrassing my children that way. I think that's nice.
Fun.
It's good.
Okay.
Good times.
Thank you.
Thanks. Next.
Hello, I'm Mitchell Dang, and I'm here to ask you a question. So you've done many voices, such as from Hello Kitty to Teen Titans, and I was wondering, if there was a voice you would like to go back, would you want to refine it, or would you want to improve? Do you ever feel the need to?
Do you
improve
think
your
one of my
characters?
characters needs improvement?
No.
Brony Army,
I'm
get
sorry.
ready. Go ahead,
sorry.
answer. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm here for you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, like, I was just wondering, like, would you, like, would you refine, like, if you ever, like, was there a character you felt that was rushed? That's what I'm
No.
trying to ask you. No.
It's all perfect.
That's very good.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Or, oh, I'm sorry. Shit.
That's okay. You did great.
Cookie?
Hello, Tara.
Hi.
I would just like to thank you for your work because you led me from My Little Pony all the way to Lollipop Chainsaw, and I
Mhm.
absolutely love that game.
It's a long time.
And yeah, I was just wondering, what's the weirdest line you had to record for Lollipop Chainsaw that you can say here?
Me and my sisters wear our proudly.
Thank you.
I left a word out.
Yeah. All right.
That one was the weirdest
Thank you.
because I don't really understand it. You don't really wear that.
Hi, Tara.
Hi.
I just wanted to let you know that, like, before I watched My Little Pony, I started watching so much of, like, shows that you're in that I loved as a child.
Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you, what was your most favorite childhood show that you watched?
I think I probably spent the most time watching the Flintstones. I used to watch that every single day. I loved that show. But I also loved, like I said, Jetsons, Wait Till Your Father Gets Home. Yeah, those are probably my top 3.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I like the Smurfs too. That was cute.
Hi. So you mentioned a new Powerpuff Girls. Are there any other upcoming projects that you're in that you can talk about here?
I can tell you that the new Shaolin Chronicles is pretty amazing. Yeah, the art on that show is phenomenal, and the stories are great, and I'm really excited for that. I'm not sure where it's going to air or when, but that's going to be fantastic. And we're still doing new episodes of Fairly Oddparents. And now we have, of course, Sparky the Magical Dog, and those episodes are all incredibly funny. And most of the things I cannot tell you about. Sorry. Sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Oh yeah, Ben 10's good too. We've been doing a bunch of those like crossover with old Ben and new Ben. They're good too. You're right.
I had a question, maybe, like, do you enjoy hanging out with the cast of My Little Pony?
Well, now when I see them at conventions, and yes, I love them. They're all sweet and delicious, and I like to bite them.
I also had another question.
Yes?
Are you going to do signing after this?
Yes, would you like to come to my table?
Sure.
Okay, good. I'll see you there. Okay.
Be waiting for you. Just you.
Hello, Tara.
Hello.
I was just gonna wonder, what is your favorite lesser known or background character that you've done that might not get as much recognition as you like?
Favorite background character. Gosh, that is a good question. There's been some cute background stuff on Fairly Oddparents that I've done. Some cool Danny Phantom stuff, but that stuff people love Ember, and
They get a lot. I get a lot of attention, even if I'm just in the background. So can't answer that question. I miss Truffles. She was fun. Not that she was a background.
But I miss her. She had a very big tushy. Honey, we got an order. Mongo's Catering Company, you book it. We cook it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
If you had one director from a show that was your favorite, what would it be?
You know, I could answer that, but this is going to be on YouTube in 2 minutes. And all the directors watch it. So I'm going to have to say that I love them all.
Thank you.
And you're very cute. And look at you run. How's that running? So cute.
Hey, Tara.
Hi.
How are you? First off, you've just done a lot of great work, and you're one of those voice actors that have helped me gain a desire to go into voice acting myself. So, is there any what's the best advice you can give for those of us like me who wish to go into voice acting someday?
I've never heard that question before. I would say, like, sometimes I meet people and they say,
I really want to get into voiceover. People tell me I have a really good voice.
and I'm like, I'm so sorry. It is not about having a cuckoo voice. It's about acting and bringing these characters to life through your acting ability. So I always recommend to take acting classes, as many as you can, and especially improv class, because improv class is so fun anyway, and then you're constantly creating other characters. And if you can get into a studio and do some studio time with a voice acting class that's really reputable, then I would recommend that. I also have a course that I teach that's got everyone in the business giving advice. It's called Voice Stars with a Z.com, and you can order that and do it in your pajamas. And then when you feel really ready, then you go make a demo, but not till you're ready, because demos are at least $1,000. And then when you do that, then you could submit it to your local agents. But I will say that it's challenging. And anyone that says, yeah, it's easy, come on in, and then I think it's unfortunate when people take money and say, you know, if you pay me $500, I'll make sure you're a star. It doesn't work that way. And you really have to be at the top of your game before you get into that room, because if you look too scared, then they won't bring you back. And there's always room for new talent, and you got to believe in your heart that you can make it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hi.
Who was the most imposing person you've ever worked with?
Most important person I've ever worked with.
Imposing.
What?
Imposing.
Impostant?
Imposing.
Oh!
Who's the scariest person I've ever worked with? Like a person that scared me?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, there's not a lot of scary people in cartoons. Who's the scariest person I've ever worked with? Do you mean a human person?
Yes?
Oh, I don't know. I did a cartoon with Shaq, and he was really big. Does that count?
I'd hate for him to step on my toe.
I don't feel like I've ever been nervous or scared. Sorry, it's kind of boring. Should I make something up?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my God, Rob Paulson is so scary. I hate him. He's scary. So mean with all his voices. Scary.
And my more pressing question. What's your favorite Poof quote?
Oh, I really loved when he went, Poof! That was good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
He's whispering to me. Don't tell the audience what you have to say. If I want to stay a few minutes later, I can, should I? I'm so glad we had that conversation. Okay.
Hi, Tara.
Hi, Harley.
Naturally, my question is, what was your favorite thing about working on Harley?
Ooh, I like when she gets really crazy, like out of control Harley. There's been levels where, you know, I'm more in the Harleen land, but when she's crazy Harley, I love that. Like, there was a commercial I did for the video game where it looked like we were at like a theme park. Did you guys see that? Where she's like, I'm gonna take out your neck, spleen, guts, whatever, and she's like yelling about it. I like when she gets really crazy, because she's so crazy. It's fun.
Thanks, honey.
Thanks.
Hello, it's
Hi.
Cameron again.
Hi.
Remember me?
Hi.
Or kind of, maybe, I don't
Hi.
know.
Hi.
But I have one question for you, and it is, if you could write an episode of My Little Pony, what would it be about?
Ooh, it'd be a crossover with the Powerpuff Girls.
That would be epic, by the
I
way.
think that, you know, they could talk squirrel together.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. She could teach her the real way. I was in a studio once doing that, and Tom's like, do you have to do that to talk to squirrels?
Yes, you do. You have to go like this.
Little tip for y'all there.
Hi, Tara. I wanted to ask you, you've done a lot of work that were inspired by DC characters that existed long before you got to do their voice. are there any things specifically that you've drawn upon for inspiration, such as the comic books that they were in prior or TV shows that they were featured in?
Well, first of all, I consider it a huge honor to join a legacy character like that. And when I was a little girl, I collected Batgirl stuff.
That's awesome.
So it was really cool for me to get to play her, and I actually had like first edition comic books of Batgirl. So I had been reading that for a long time. And then I actually didn't know about the Titans when I first auditioned, and my first audition for Teen Titans was funny because they said that Starfire was a grown-up Bubbles. So I thought that I was gonna play that because, hello, I'm grown-up Bubbles. But then I did my part as Raven, just as like a kind of dark, kind of like Kylie from the Ghostbusters, like just dark and quiet, and actually left the studio and came back and I said, I have this other idea. You know, what if every time she spoke, she had this little roll in her voice? And they were like, oh my gosh, that's it. So she was more organic in terms of picking a character. And then I guess the other one's probably influenced by stuff that I've seen.
That's cool. All right, thank you very
Thanks.
much.
Hi, Tara.
Hi.
My question to you is probably obvious by the shirt, but what was your favorite thing about working on Powerpuff Girls?
We have a little too much fun on that show. And let me just say, if the engineer ever decides he'd like to be a very wealthy man, he could sell the stuff that we said that wasn't in the show, that I know he has recorded because he's played it back for me a few times. Like rewriting the theme song. Like, Bubbles, her tush is wicked itchy. You know, and then I'd make fun of E.G. And E.G. and I like to make fun of each other a lot because we're brothers on Rugrats and sisters on Powerpuff Girls, and all people think we look like sisters. We have a lot of fun together. That was just like an insanely fun show, and Tom Kenny always made up and improvised his, you know, so the day is saved section was always like some crazy thing would fly out of his mouth and be really funny. So that was just a ton of fun.
Well, thank you so much, and you are amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
So how has your approach to acting out Twilight Sparkle evolved over the 3 seasons?
I think over the seasons she's become more comfortable in her hooves. Because, you know, initially she's starting out nervous to be among the other ponies and learning what friendship is and learning what her role is there. So I think in terms of where I come from, she feels more comfortable in her environment with the other girls, and then that leads to stronger choices in things that she says or does. That would probably be the biggest transition for her.
Thank you.
Hello, Tara.
Hi.
I just wanted to ask, well, actually, first I wanted to say that I really love your work. My girlfriend's a big fan also. She loves Raven. And I love what you did in Injustice also. I'm a big fighting game fan, so it's really cool to see you lend your voice to that.
Thank you.
And I
My
can't
son
believe-
likes it too. He's like, Mommy, sorry I killed you today. Oh, thanks. Thanks, honey.
And I can't believe nobody said it, but Twilight's best pony. So.
Duh.
Obvious.
Huh.
But anyway, I wanted to ask a question because there was a post, I believe, on Hub's Facebook asking who deserves to have a spinoff. And I'm just curious what your thoughts are on that.
Oh,
like what
I've
character
never
should get a
heard
spinoff.
that. I'd like to see the Derby spinoff. I'd go for that. I mean, as long as I got a part in it, I care really. Come teach her things. Make sure she doesn't bash into walls or anything like that. Be there for her.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Tara.
Hello.
I am obviously a huge fan of Batman and the Joker, so I have to ask, how strenuous is it to do the voice of Harley Quinn?
How strange?
Strenuous, like.
Oh, strenuous. It's not strenuous.
Not at all?
Nope.
Even when the high pitch, when she gets all crazy? Like
No,
you were
my
talking about?
voice is high. Like, even when we were doing Powerpuff Girls, they'd be like, oh, the dogs are coming in the neighborhood. My voice is naturally high. I'm actually a coloratura soprano.
Okay.
Very high.
And
so
of
it doesn't
course,
hurt me.
Another question, could you go ahead and do a line from one of the video games as Harley Quinn and just add Mr. J in it?
What? Do you have a favorite?
What should I say?
When she's talking to Batman when he's trying to find where he is, and she's saying you'll never get to Mr. J when she's on top of how do I say this? In the video game, when she's...
Bat brain, you'll never get to Mr. J.
There
Is that
we
what
go.
I said?
Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, Tara.
Hello.
I'd like to start off by saying that I'm a huge fan of your work, and that you're one of my one of the many other voice actors who've inspired me to try and go into the business myself someday.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a couple of questions for you here. First, I'd like to ask Twilight Sparkle. That's a great character, and I just wanted to know if you had there were any influences that on the creation of that voice for you.
Well, I would say that Lauren Faust is my biggest inspiration for Twilight.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, Lauren actually called me up and said, "Did you ever play with My Little Pony characters?" And I was like, "Yes." I actually grew up in a toy store, believe it or not. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
And I had every Little Pony. And so she said, "Well, it's always been my dream to make the show the way I wanted to make it. Can I come over and show you some drawings?" Yes. And then she came over and asked if I would help her with the pitch and lay down some of the pilot for her in my little studio, which we did.
Okay.
And she said as soon as she heard me do Twilight, she knew that I was her Twilight. And it's sort of her. You know, she's incredibly smart and sometimes a little awkward and beautiful and fun. And Lauren Faust is my inspiration for Twilight Sparkle.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And the second question I have is that obviously there's a lot of people out here who look up to you and who are kind of inspired by your example. Like when you think about that, how does that kind of make you feel sometimes?
Honestly, I was just in the lunchroom and I said to Vic Mignogna, "Are you in my panel?" He's like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." And then Yuri Lowenthal came in. I'm like, "Are you in my panel?" He said, "No, what are you talking about?" And then the assistant came to get me. I said, "What's this panel called?" And she said, "Tara Strong." I'm like,
Oh, I hope people come.
and then I came out here and look at all of your gorgeous faces. I'm blown away. Honestly, I'm so grateful and touched, and I love you all so much. And the fact that you all came here to hear what this silly girl has to say is just, you inspire me back. Let me say that.
I love your gorgeous face.
Thank you. I'll try to come by and get a signing later on.
All righty.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm just glad I'm still standing here and shaking, and you're just there. I love you.
I love you too.
Oh gosh.
Good times.
Okay, I'm gonna try to make this question come out.
Get it out, sister. We're all rooting for you. You can do it.
Okay. Okay. Well, me and my friends were big fans of both Powerpuff Girls and My Little Pony since forever, and we even made a fan group for you at one point called Tara's Love. It was like My Little Pony fan club, and we even drew you as a pony at once, but I forgot to bring the drawing with me. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
My personal question is, if you could, I mean, I know you did a whole lot of voices out there, and I know it's really hard to ask this question because you're so awesome. If you could permanently pick a voice from any characters that you've ever played, what would it be?
If I could permanently pick a
Yes,
voice,
it-
like
it-
I always
like-
walked around sounding like that?
Exactly.
I've never been asked that question before.
That's the reason why it's such a difficult
Can you imagine if I had to order pizza like this?
That's why it's such a hard question to
Hello.
ask.
I'd like a vegetarian pizza, please. Cool. Hey, you want to go on a date with me? Don't be such a dweeb. Go in, hero. That'd be weird.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It was on my mind. I couldn't
I'm gonna
help
stick with
myself.
what I got. I think whatever that is. Thank you.
Hi, Tara. How are you?
Okay.
So I have a question for Raven, if you could let her out, if she's not busy or anything.
She's waiting.
Won't keep you waiting. So, Raven, what's it like working with the Teen Titans, like your crew?
Whatever.
I figured. And I also have a personal favor for my friend Alex, who is a tremendous fan and also has like a huge crush on you, Raven.
Whatever.
It's like, can you do him the honor of saying, I love you, Alex?
No. That's what Raven would say, so.
Yeah.
I love you, Alex. I guess.
Thank you.
I wanted to ask, who's your favorite pony besides Twilight Sparkle?
Besides Twilight Sparkle.
People are trying to cheat. Giving me. What's your favorite pony?
Pinkie Pie.
You like Pinkie Pie? But you look cute as Twily.
Thanks.
I like Rainbow Dash. Sorry. She's just cool, and she flies, and rainbow, and blue, and cool.
I got it. There you go.
Hello.
Hello.
Wait a second, I have a question for you. Why are you so cute?
I'm just cute because I am.
Okay. That's true. It's a good answer. Are you married?
I'm a kid.
I'm just saying I'll wait for you if you want me to.
My question is, who do you think is better, Blue or Bubbles?
Say the question again.
Blue or Bubbles? Who do you think is better?
Oh, you mean Blue from Foster's Home?
Yeah.
Or Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls?
Yeah.
Who do you think I'm going to answer?
Bubbles. You know why? Because she's just as tough as Blossom and Buttercup. She's hardcore. Bye-bye. I'll wait for you. I love you. Love, la, 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 la. Where are you going? Makes the world go around. Boyfriend? Where'd you go? Okay.
Yo, what's up?
Wow.
Oh, sorry. What's your favorite episode of Batman the Animated Series?
My favorite episode?
Yeah.
Girls' Night Out.
Cool.
No question.
Thank you.
Batgirl and Supergirl, towels on their heads. Come on.
Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering about when you were voicing the character Raven, what was your favorite part about it?
My favorite part about voicing Raven?
Mm-hmm.
Just because she's so different from a lot of my other characters, and she's so cool, and I really liked the stuff that I did with Slade and Trigon. That stuff was really, really cool. And when she broke off into all her different ravens, I saw a white raven today. That was a good costume. And now I like doing the silly stuff, too. I don't know. I like Raven. She's awesome.
She's my favorite. You rock.
Thank you. She likes waffles.
Hello, Tara.
Hello.
I have a sort of important question.
Okay.
If you had the chance to voice any background pony from My Little Pony, like DJ Pone 3 or Derpy, who would you choose?
Derpy.
Derpy? I just don't know it went wrong. And was there ever a part that you wanted to do but never got?
Well, there was a lot of stage productions that I would have liked to do. I had like 5 callbacks for Beauty and the Beast when Toronto was there for Belle.
Whoa.
I didn't get it. It's totally fine. I'm over it. I'd really like to have played Glinda and Wicked because I'd make an awesome Glinda.
You would have.
Popular. I hope you be popular. And with an assist from me to be who you'll be instead of jury who you were. Well, are. There's nothing gonna stop you from becoming popular. La 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 la.
Yeah, we're going there. Wouldn't I be a cute Glinda?
Yes.
Just in case Broadway is watching, I don't know.
Tara, Tara, I don't want to hold you up if you need to go, but how long you want to try and shoot through most of this
Yeah,
line?
let's finish the line, right?
All right.
Well, first off, it's a really great honor to meet you. I'm a huge fan of all the stuff you've done as a voice actress, So, you're just amazing.
Thank you.
Anytime. So, how different is the Raven from the original series, the original Teen Titans series, from the Teen Titans Go series? Because I think there are a few differences.
What do you think the differences are?
Well, she's a little more cheerful than usual, but you know, she has a.
She can be when she's playing with her pony toys.
Yes,
but there's
yes.
nothing wrong with that. Okay.
Yeah. She's
Okay.
she's really cool, and
Yeah.
you're amazing. And
Thank you.
I hope you go on to do a lot of really good voices.
Thank
and
you.
I'll be watching.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, your improv is fantastic. Okay, now that I've gotten that out of the way, what's your favorite Omi quote?
Omi quote?
Yes, from Shaolin Showdown.
Oh, no.
My favorite quote.
There you go.
Let's go. I really like when Omi messes things up in general, like when he flips cool expressions or I don't know, says something wrong.
I did
like
watch
that.
the show. I just.
That's right, you did.
Yes.
Next.
Hi, I'm Sydney.
Hi, Sydney.
My question I wanted to ask you is, what is your favorite Powerpuff Girl episode?
I really like the
Love, 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 la, la, love, la, la, love, makes the world go round. Coloring, coloring, first you take the blue and then some pink.
I don't know, I like that stuff when she gets to sing. What's your favorite? I also love when she's Mojo Jojo. That makes me laugh.
I do kind of like that episode.
Yeah, that was a good one. Uh-huh. What else do you like? I got time. Here.
Well, I do have the Powerpuff Girl comic.
Uh-huh. That's good. Okay. And we're good.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Adorable.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we have to wrap up this panel. I am so sorry to everybody in line who's been patiently waiting. Let me do 2 more questions, and then I gotta say no more. I'm sorry.
Poopies!
I deserve that.
Yeah. Yucky.
Hey, Tara.
Hey.
I just want to say a big thank you for taking the time out of your day to come to this con and being there for all of us fans.
How could I not? Look
it
how
just-
awesome y'all are. I mean, come on. This is why we do it. I mean, you're amazing, you guys.
I just had one really quick question. Do you want to? May I please talk to Bubbles for a second?
Yes?
Yes. Will you be my friend?
Okay.
Thanks, Tara. You're amazing. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you. First you take the blue and then some pink. Anybody sing Octi?
Okay, the last question. So make sure.
It's a good one.
We're gonna go out on a bang here. Come on.
Hi, my name is Josh, and I'd like to ask, you've said how your voices sort of exist as entities inside your head. Everyone you're doing something or thinking, they just start bumping heads, or you start getting suggestions from any of them.
I actually put on my Twitter the other day that sometimes clothing shopping can be challenging when you have multiple characters living in your head. Sometimes I talk to them. Yep, they're pretty interesting. My little multiple personalities that get on television. It's fun. Good times. Yeah.
Well, thanks for the quick answer. It's just been a delight.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Give a great big hand to Tara Strong, everybody. Thank you very much.
I love you all a lot, a little inappropriately.